What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Yes, it's Marathon. I know you hate it. I cannot listen. I fucking love this game. I say it all the time, but I feel like I constantly have to defend myself because people will let me know at every turn that they don't like this game when I do like this game, and somehow that's a problem. I don't know. I think this shit's great. But anyway, the reason I'm making a video in particular about this, you'll have guessed from the thumbnail and title, is that Marathon has what we're in now, which is essentially a PvE mode. Now, the crazy thing about this is that people always wanted a PvE mode in other extraction shooters, and yet Marathon, their most hated game, was the first one to launch one. Now, full disclaimer, it is PvE. It's also kind of not full PvE, which sounds confusing, but essentially, there's a class in this game called a Rook. Now, what a Rook is, it's essentially a scavenger. It's not your full character. It doesn't have the abilities of the other character. It spawns in with a shitty kit, and people can spawn in as those characters into your runs. However, since it's kind of more beneficial just to spawn in on your own character and play this, no one really bothers doing the whole Rook thing where they could come in here and kill you. It just, there's really no benefit to it whatsoever, so just no one does it. So it kind of is just a full PvE mode at this point. And I have to say, I have had so much, I've spent countless hours just loading into this mode and running around on my own, looting up the map nice and peacefully, getting objectives done, getting gear for when I play the not PvE mode, for when I play the full thing. I've had so much fun with it. It's disgusting. You can get all the resources you need for all your barters in the store. And you can complete the objectives for your contracts. You can do it all. Now, the only catch, really, is that the PvE mode is only active on one map at a time. It's kind of a trial that they're doing right now. Essentially, they're just seeing if people like this and deciding from there what will happen with this mode in the future. But I can say it has been very, very well received by the community. One of the biggest complaints with Marathon is that playing solo was always kind of, well, not kind of, it was incredibly difficult. Incredibly difficult. You were always outnumbered, your team wouldn't be very orchestrated, and the solo game mode was just never really that great. Even I, as the #1 Marathon glazer in the world, can admit that the solo experience in Marathon was just not that great. However, this mode has given me something to do when my friends aren't on, and I can just run it over and over and over again, and I have so much fun doing it. It's so laid back, which for Marathon is a weird thing to say because this game is infamously sweaty. Infamously sweaty. But this is just an absolute breath of fresh air. So all we're doing is my usual sort of route that I do when I'm running this, which is where I check for a wall hack, see if I can get a key, which was the little vault you saw me open at the start of the video on the wall. And then I grab these cache coordinates, these things here, which I'm going around and grabbing now. I'm going to try and get my hands on a bag, so I have room for more loot for my character. And then we're going to go around, complete other objectives throughout the map, get my quest done that's in the top right corner of my screen, and just kind of go from there. So when you spawn into this mode, you can only spawn in with a free kit, because obviously if you could come in here with your full loadout, you would probably be a little overpowered, and quite frankly, getting stuff out would be a little too easy. You would probably just snowball off the face of the earth, and you would make millions. And there does have to be some kind of balancing. So this exists as a mode for you to kind of get equipment, build up your resources a little bit, and then take that stuff into the main mode. You will not be bringing gear from your vault in here. You can only run the free classes. That's the only catch. However, like I say, in terms of just logging on and playing something totally laid back and just chilling out, oh man, it's absolute heaven, and I've had so much fun with it. Also, quick disclaimer, because people seem to think every time I make a video on Marathon, it's sponsored. I have not once been sponsored by Marathon. My opinions are my own, very, very real opinions. Just because you disagree with them doesn't mean someone paid me for them. Quite frankly, I wish they would. That would make my life a lot easier. But that's my quest complete. I needed to put some salvage in the station thing on top of that building. So I've done that. That's my mission complete. Now we're going to explore the map and see what we can do to leave here with as much stuff as humanly possible to put back into my vault, ready to use when my friends get online. So I've grabbed these cache coordinates here. You'll find one laying throughout the map, which will lead you to the second one, and then you take them to a point which shows up on your map like this right here, and then some loot is going to spawn in, and we are going to see what we've got. Hopefully, we get something kind of juicy. I'm hoping a commander spawns in. I feel like I have a sneeze, by the way. Wait, hold on. Hold on. There it is. Oh my god, thank god. I could feel that building up for ages. I didn't think it was going to come, but there we have it. So I'm hoping a commander spawns around the map. Dude, I can feel another sneeze. If I get a sneeze fit in the middle of a recording... Please make it stop. So, if a commander spawns in, it's essentially like a little... It's kind of like a boss fight situation. Not really a boss fight, though. Ooh, little upgrade again. And there'll be sort of a few waves for you to take on. And if you clear the waves, you get a nice, healthy reward at the end. Unfortunately, I haven't got a bag from this cache, it looks, which is the one thing I was really hoping for. So let's search more of the map and see if we can get lucky with a bag. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm just going to sneeze the whole time. This is driving me insane. I'm going to go to Hauler. Let's go check Hauler first. Fuck, dude, is this sneezing fit really going to ruin my video? Please don't do that to me, please. Oh my goodness. So this is our map. We're going to head over here to Hauler. So the other thing with this mode as well is that you can only take the final extract. So that clock in the top left, that has to count all the way down, and then the final extract will spawn in. And then once the final extract spawns in, then we have to wait for 2 minutes and we can get out. So you have 2 minutes to make it to the final exfil, get in there and get out. Now they can, on occasion, if a rook has been in your game, that's where they might be waiting for you. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us. In fact, no, you know what? For the sake of content, hopefully that does happen to us. That'd be a good time. That'd be a really, really good time. Whew. Dear me. I think I'm done sneezing now, and now I'm just left feeling a little bunged up. That was annoying. That was annoying. So the things I'm looking for while I'm going around, I'm looking for salvage. I suppose I should really describe it to you, shouldn't I? So there's two different kinds of loot, really. There's salvage and there's valuables. Now, salvage, well, there's ammo as well and meds. But in terms of outside of ammo and meds, there's two primary sources of loot. So there's these things here, which are valuables. You can tell because they have the little jug in the top left. And there's salvage, which has this kind of square pattern on it. Salvage is what you use to barter for items, and valuables will trade straight for credits when you get out. They will just go straight to their monetary worth, and you'll have that to spend in the store. So I'm looking, essentially, I like to get a lot of salvage, just so I know that I can barter it. If any good items come up in the store, I know that I'm likely to have what I need to get those items that I might be looking for, because salvage can be really, really valuable. You can have some really good items in there. So I like to make sure I've got a good stockpile ready to go. So if a good deal comes up, I'm not missing the things I need to get it. I can just get it. The bots in this game are no joke, by the way. these things will mess you up, especially if you're outnumbered, which is pretty much all the time. If you're outnumbered and these get like a flank on you, because they will try and flank you. They will try and get behind you, and quite often they succeed, and you can think you've got it all under control, and then before you know it, you've actually just died. So you kind of want to take your time. Oh my goodness, that made me jump. You kind of want to take your time in these fights and try and isolate them. Try and isolate the bots like this and take them down one at a time. If I'd have ran into that room just then with all those bots there, it very well might have been curtains for your boy. So you kind of want to isolate them and bring them down that way, and that's likely your best bet at surviving, because they will mess you up. So I really tried to take my time. Sometimes I just get a bit ahead of myself. I'll run in and I will end up dying, just me against the bots. It happens. They are not to be taken lightly. So there's a few more things we can do around the map. I want to see if I can find... There's this sort of big vault thing that exists. It's called a secured resource. And you start a timer on it, and then a bunch of enemies will spawn in. And you want to kill the... You could wait for them to just sort of dissipate, but you're better off killing them, and then you can get access to the sort of... It's kind of like a big treasure chest, like a vault. And you kind of get access to the vault, and you can loot it, and it can quite often be some good stuff in there. It can absolutely suck, and you can get complete garbage, but you can also get some real nice goodies out of it. So I'm going to find that. There's usually at least one on every map, and I'm hoping that that trend continues. It is to my understanding that there'll always be at least one in the POIs. There's only 2 POIs left that I haven't been to yet. There's one I'm really hoping it isn't at, because I never survive it when it's there, because it spawns in like sniper guards to watch over it, and they absolutely destroy me anytime I try. Now I'm looking for the weapon boxes. There we are. There's a weapon locker right here. Just seeing what we can get. Nothing too crazy out of that. Let's see what I've got. Let me reload this, and then I can grab this out of here. The energy weapons in this game work a little differently, because essentially they're batteries. Their ammo resource is a battery. So if you reload it, you lose the whole battery. So you kind of want to get as much use out of it as possible before reloading. Otherwise, you're kind of throwing away a bunch of ammo. There should be more weapons boxes. There's usually 3. There's usually a full 3 in every hauler that you come into. There should never only be 1. So, yep, there's another one. Let's see. Anything in this one? Ah, see, that's a really good gun. It's a really good gun. I just don't have ammo for it. Can I put that on there? And then I'm going to do this. It's just the ammo thing. That's my only problem. Okay, more bots have respawned in, so we might be wiser to kind of just get out of here. I don't want to invest all my ammo. I'm just clearing these bots out. Let's just move out of here and head north. Now, there can actually be 2 of the vaults that I told you about. There can actually be 2 of those laying around. You can get one, which is a bit of a new addition. It's just kind of lying around the map in the outwards part of the map. So there he is. I know I could hear one. So we'll have a look for both of those. Hopefully I can find them both, loot them both, and maybe we can be rewarded for our troubles. That'd be nice. We're gonna head up. I've only got 3 minutes though. I need to move. I'm running out of time. I forget how quick this thing goes. I don't think... Nope, no commander has spawned in, unfortunately. I think we're a commander to spawn in. It would have spawned in by now. So we've actually got quite unlucky in this run. Not a lot of the world events have actually spawned in. But that's the luck of the draw. All you do is you just get out and you just go again. Sometimes you'll get really, really lucrative runs. Other times you'll get runs where not really much happens. But if you were to go in every single run and come out with a fortune every single time, probably wouldn't be too healthy for the game's economy, so makes sense that they're not all absolutely perfect runs. Oh, that guy's gonna shoot his explosives at me. Oh, I'm gonna just skirt on out of here. I really want to try and get the secured resource. So if I'm not a complete moron, the secured resource should be at the last remaining POI, which is called Station, which is just down here on the other side of this sort of valley we're going to come across. But man, the atmosphere in this game is so good. Sometimes you get really, really bright, sunny days. Other days, other games, it can be raining, it can be foggy. All these different sort of weather conditions really sort of swap up the atmosphere and feel of the maps. Yeah, the secured resource is going to be here. I know it is because these snipers are in. And these snipers are absolutely lethal. They very rarely miss. So you kind of have to avoid them at all costs. Now, calling this in is going to spawn some very, very dangerous enemies. That bot's not seen me. That's good. Okay, we're going to call this in. Now I'm going to kill this guy. Now I have to watch out for this dude up here and all the enemies that are about to spawn in. I have to be really, really careful because I'm on my own. So if I go down... If I go down, I'm dead. So it's all about taking our time, picking our moments, not rushing anything, not forcing anything that doesn't need to happen. Okay, that should be the box open. Do I feel like it's safe to go for it? There should be a commander up there, which is a big, dangerous type of enemy. Okay, I've got a shield. Got a decent weapon. It's not one that I like, but it's valuable. So we'll take that. An attachment for the weapon, which is nice. That's worked out nicely. A few upgrades for that weapon that's in there. And now we just kind of want to get out of here. There is that enemy up there that we could try and kill. However, the final exfil is up in 14 minutes. And I don't want to risk all my gear if I can help it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find a bag. Finding a bag in this mode is an absolute heaven send because it just means you can really sort of get way more valuables out. It just goes a long way. It's even the smallest bag is like a 50% increase in the amount of loot you can carry out. So if you get one, it's very, very, very lucky to do so, and you're in for a much, much better run. So we've got a minute 40 to make our way to the last exfil. They pretty much always spawn in the center of the map, so as long as I keep moving, I should be absolutely fine, because I now, having played this mode so much, I know my way through this like the back of my hand. It's a shame it took me this long to realize that I could have just got rid of some of my ammo, because I really don't need it all. But we're here now, and I have swapped it out for some salvage. So we're okay. We're alright. Let's make our way through the tunnels, and final exfil should be... We head through here to the right. There's going to be this tunnel here. 58 seconds to make it. And it should be out here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And just like that, we're good. We'll be able to make it out of here nice and safe, as long as there's not a rook around. Now, I do like, when I'm here, just to see if there's any enemies for me to shoot. We've got 30 seconds. 34. Let's see if we can't find any last-minute goodies in this building that's right here. Data card. Anything. Unstable diodes. No, I think that's a lot. Any more and we'd be pushing it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just a little look into Marathon's PvE mode, which for me has been super, super fun to just come on and play whenever my friends aren't on. I really enjoy it. I think you guys might like it too. If you've given it a go, let me know. But make sure you leave a like, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys soon for another video.